Hey y'all, it's your girl, and welcome to the Keepsake Corner. What's the Keepsake Corner? Y'all know it is the safe space for everybody, men, women, anybody, all that wants to come in and just talk about everything: relationships, life, love, challenges, work, anything in between, but specifically relationships, y'all. And why? Because I'm your girl, relationship coach, relationship coach Kenya. Yes, Kenya's keepsake, and I help individuals unlearn and relearn relationship skills through what healing and relationship tools, insights, but more importantly, perspectives, y'all. So today, I got my guest here, and we are going to talk about what we talking about pillow talking, y'all. Why? Because it's one of those things that is just like, I mean, is it good? Is it bad? Where do you draw the line? Is there a line with pillow talking? I mean, sometimes it could be cool. Sometimes I don't know, but we are about to see right now. So let us bring in my guest. And if you follow your girl, y'all know that this is part two, right? This part two. So I got my boy DaRon back in here. And hold on, let me tell y'all something. If y'all are just tuning into this one, stop, go back and watch part one with me and DaRon, because y'all might be a little, I mean, y'all can pick up, but why wouldn't you want to watch the part one too? So hold on, you just put your cup down, DaRon. Bring it back in. Let's do the guest toast.
Oh.
Guest toast.
Oh, I want to sit it down.
Sip with your girl. Welcome back. And oh my goodness, the first episode was so like we had to get into a part two, because other than that, y'all would have been watching a movie. Okay, y'all would have had to take a potty break and got some more food, cooked a little bit, and came back. So I said, hold on, let me get people a break. We can go ahead and make it a part two. But if you did not watch, it might be a part three. Okay, let me tell you, because there's some good stuff. But if you did not watch part one and you do not know who my boy DaRon is, I'm going to let him introduce himself. But wait, hold on. By me asking my boy a question, let me see. I know I got to scroll. Let me see. What was your first girlfriend name? And I'm talking 5 years old. I'm talking 7, 12. What was her name?
Man, I would have to say her name was Tasha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How old was Tasha? How old was that?
We was in high school.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that was the first time I ever talked to a girl that I went to high school with. Yeah, and after her, never did that shit again.
Oh my gosh. Talk about it, because me and I had two boyfriends in high school, and both not at the same time. Hold on, let me clarify.
Rewind.
Right. Hold on. I had a boyfriend in the 9th and the 10th grade. Yeah. And then I broke up with him because I met my high school sweetheart, and we were together 10th and a half, meaning summer school.
We talked in the 10th grade.
Up into, so that's what I mean. At my high school, I had only two boyfriends, and neither one of them went to my high school.
Yeah, see, that's what I should have did. I should have did that, because mom's always said don't eat where you shit.
I would have never thought about that in high school. But so what happened? I mean, again, I didn't. But hold on though, because although I did not go, I was always up there, because my boy was a mess. But I was always at his high school though, okay? But we did not go to the same high school. So what was that like, being in the same high school?
She just got irritating. I had classes with her.
Oh!
Right? So I had to see her in class.
Oh,
she wanted to hang out. We was out of class when I was trying to, on my thug shit, doing shit I wasn't supposed to be doing, getting in the scraps. Like, she wanted to be everywhere, and I just if anybody know me, I gotta have my space. You know what I'm saying? And she wanted all of my space.
I could not imagine. I think it was the thrill of not being in the same. And then so I was a cheerleader, and
And
both.
I played football.
And both of them happened to play football as well. But the first one, the school that we went to together, we played each other. It was our rival. It was hot. So it was Hamilton and Uni, right? I went to Hamilton, he went to Uni. And that was our rival at the time. And I remember being a cheerleader at that game and cheering for him. But it was, oh my God, it was insane. But then we played them homecoming and we won. And I went with him to their little barbecue that they were supposed to have after, and I was still in my full uniform and everything. Like, oh, it was crazy. It was
salty, like
very dang. It was because that it was supposed. They thought they was turning up. They thought they was about to turn up the whole barbecue. It was dead. Oh, that was crazy. But that was the fun times. But then the second boyfriend, we didn't play them. We wasn't in their league. We wasn't in their league. I ain't even gonna tell y'all what school it was in. We wasn't in their league. So yeah, I never got a chance to go to any of his games because I had my own games, and so yeah, that was crazy. But good time. Oh, high school was a good time.
Take me back one time.
Ooh, you know, take me back. I would want to go back to both. I would want to go back. We were just talking. I would want to go back to middle school for sure because middle school was it. I would go back to high school for the athleticism, like the Friday Night Lights. I'm a football girl still, so I wouldn't so much go back for like the relationships of high school. But no, I would for middle school. Even to this day, middle school, those people they cool. They're my homies right there.
I had a couple of friends that I would have redid those friendships with.
Really?
Yeah, because as we got out of high school and we got into our adult stages, we fell apart. Yeah. So I would have redid those friendships to try to make them more solid. So as adults, we would have still been friends.
Right. You know the difference with me though? All of my adult friends are my friends from elementary and on. Yeah. Like we went to the same elementaries, the same middle schools, the same high schools, and we're still friends to this day. So yeah, so I don't know. But middle school was where it was at, y'all. I mean, high school, like I said, I danced. I would go back because I was just popping, but yeah, I was take me back, y'all. Take me back. That is when life was not lifing, as they would say these days.
That was bad, man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, who wasn't? It was good times. That's not what we talk about, y'all, because we go back I was gonna say middle school lane. Back down memory lane. Yes, let me see. We are on episode 2 of DaRon. And this one we are going to segue into pillow talking, y'all, because that's what we touched on, and that's a huge topic that we do not talk about enough. I don't like the word pillow talking, but it is what it is because what it come from when you laying down with your boo. You know what I'm saying? Laying on that, lay your head on my head. Like, and then that's when you just start telling everybody, right? And again, it's
comfortable space.
Comfortable space, right? But when does it get too much, y'all? When does it? Because I have to be honest. I got to be honest. I like it, it's when it gets too much that it becomes a problem. Because I enjoy talking to my person about stuff. And it could be considered messy telling the business or anything, but sometimes it's about insight. Sometimes you got to know because you also want to be the best person for that person, right? So for an example, I have a best friend. Y'all know my best friend. If y'all follow your girl, y'all know my best friend. But she's married, and jokingly but non-jokingly, and she knows everybody loves her husband more than her. I mean, she's a great person. Shout out to my baby. Hey, Krista, that's my bestie. That's my bestie. But
so what is it about her?
No. It's about him. That's what I'm saying. It's more about him. Cause yes, it's him, but he is amazing. I mean, people can go to him. He is just that person. He is going to be there at any time. You can call him. He got the guy. Everybody want him to be the godfather, everything like that. And it's nothing because they'll still go to her, but he is just that type of person, right?
That beacon of light.
Yes, and so therefore, I would never have a problem if he knew all my business. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to go to her and tell her something and then I find out that her husband knew, I would never be like, I can't believe like you went and you told, because 9 times out of 10, I probably wanted to tell him myself.
He trustworthy like that?
Yes, yeah, exactly, right?
That's a good thing.
But on the flip side, though, I would not want her to tell another one of our friends.
Your business, yeah.
You know, then I would feel like it would be my business. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess then you would ask again, well, what is it about that other best friend? And I don't think that it's a matter of what's about, because I'm not gonna say, oh, well, the other one is just bad. It's just like that's not who I would trust with that or those type of things.
I think it's bad. I think it's crossing the line when you get to telling other people's business.
Okay, speak on it. Speak on it.
I feel like if we land in the intimate space, and that's our comfort space for us to open up, it should be about us.
Okay.
It should never be about somebody outside of us. Because then, like if you get, let's say you get into a confrontation or something with her or your girl or your guy, and then now that friend is around and you like, well, yeah, nigga, you told me this. This nigga don't know that. Like, you know, it's ammunition that you can always use. And I don't never think that's good.
Got it. So here's what DaRon is saying. He's saying that the difference is when your partner is telling your business to someone else. Not necessarily if you and your partner is talking about someone else.
No.
No, I know. I broke it down the opposite way. Yeah. So I was using the scenario to where let's flip it, because I was using the scenario to where sometimes people, like you said, telling other people's business. Right. So if I am sitting there, talking and I'm telling my best friend something personal about me, and she goes and tell her man. Now I'm saying in my case, right. You don't know who that person trusts. Right. You don't know who that person's talking to.
Then you don't know who that person knows.
Exactly. So, yeah. Exactly. So what we're saying is pillow talking is going wrong when it is used against that person. And when it is that person's business. Is that what we're saying?
That's 50%.
Okay, give me the other 50%.
50 is just telling somebody else's business.
Telling somebody else's business.
Yeah, just keep that shit about you and your person.
Okay, all right. We redefining it. But good, because this is good. Y'all always know I love to redefine what we're talking about, because me and DaRon was talking about how people misuse and misdefine certain words. So when it comes to pillow talking, it's that when some people will call it gossiping.
Especially when they get back to you.
Though. Exactly right. Yeah. So we're trying to break down when pillow talking is okay and when the good and the bad of pillow talking. DaRon is saying, keep that pillow talking about you and your partner.
Intimate.
That's it. It don't need to be about nobody else's business. It just needs to be about y'all intimate vulnerability, because we always talk about being vulnerable, right? We want our partners to be vulnerable, especially men. So how we started this was because DaRon was saying that in those pillow talking moments, he realized that his partner was telling his moments out to her parents.
And then that shit was coming back to your boy.
And it was coming back to your boy.
Over good Sunday dinner, too.
Right. So I think that those are two different things. So in my case, what I was saying was that had I had found out that my best friend husband knew, I'd be okay with that. But in this case right here, right, it was an intimate conversation that the parents should be off limits anyway.
For sure.
Y'all gonna hear me say that again. Parents should be off limits anyway.
I think that
when it comes to intimate conversations and vulnerability.
I also feel like anybody that wasn't at the foundation of that relationship building shouldn't even be involved in y'all shit.
Okay, all right, y'all hear that?
Like, cause it's like, damn, like if my best friend was there when I met her, what she was, and he knew her, and they chopped it up, so I could tell him something about her, and he'll be like, all right, nigga, you probably should do this and do that, like, you know, cause he'll tell me like, I know you, and I know how you can be, and I'm getting to know her, and I see how she is, so you know, do this, do that. I'm like, all right, for sure. Like that, in that case, that's okay. But I feel like anybody that ain't a centerpiece to that relationship shouldn't know nothing that's going on in that relationship.
Okay, or about you.
Yeah.
Whew. That's good. That is good. So, redefining pillow talk. Good or bad? What should we call it though? Like, if we had to redefine it to where it would not be in a sense of, because when you think about it, when it's thrown in people's face, right? You be like, oh, it was pillow talking. He was pillow talking. He was pillow talking.
It should be a keepsake.
Yes.
It should be. It's something that's like. It's like, man, I'm finna crack this vault, and I'm finna give you some valuable information. Don't give it to nobody else. Don't misuse it. Don't try to use it against me.
Oh, don't try to use it against me.
We do that. We do that often in our relationships. Our spouse will tell us something, and we'll take it, and we'll get into that heated argument, and we'll bring that shit up. Like, so, you know, and that kind of fall into, you know, you hear this a lot where I was about to say motherfucker, but you hear this a lot where you get compared to a previous relationship or a previous situation, right? And that's because I might have shared something with you that might have reminded you about that relationship, and then you'll be like, oh, well, you just like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's not always the case, right? So I think sometimes like you gotta kind of watch what you tell a person until it's you feel it's the right time to unveil certain information.
Yeah, so see y'all, this I'ma just close. I keep trying to scroll to stay on, but it's my show and I do what I want to do because we keep getting on and off topic. I be trying to will us back, y'all, but no. He mentioned, you know, you've been there at my mixes with Shelly. Shelly is big on not oversharing, but she mentions it all the time. Do not overshare until you are comfortable. Because here's the thing, we also talk about you don't know what that person has the capacity for. And you don't know what they're capable of. And you don't know, so you expect them to handle everything that you throw at them no matter what it is, you know, and you think that is good, whether it's good, bad, you expect, we talk about expectations, for them to handle it, right? So then you run into a person, you tell them your most vulnerable.
And they be like, whoa.
And then here's the other thing, because still trying to define what pillow talk is, they be like, whoa. Guess what? Sometimes it's not always intentional when they tell another person.
Just come up.
You feel me?
So it's like,
they come up in conversation, right?
Said this,
yes, because it's not as precious to them as it was to you. And not only that, they don't know how to handle that information. You know, because you decided to open a look. And I'm gonna tell y'all a real story. Hold on, let me sip with your girl. Hold on.
That shit like throwing a grenade on.
Here's the thing. This is a true story. And I don't even know the girls or the guy name, so I can tell this story. I was at a bar. We were watching TV. We were watching TV. Obviously, it was one of the games that we were at the bar, and the girl was there with with my best friend. So I knew she was there. But anyway, everybody's trying to mingle, get together, get to know each other. Prime example of what's happening. She comes over at the end of the night, and she's like, "Oh my God, he got a lot going on." Us as women, what y'all think we were like? We were like, what? What she say? What he say? He was like, yeah. She said he was in 3 foster homes and this and that, and he had this problem, this, that. Exactly. You see what I mean? She wasn't intentionally putting his business out there. But she had just met the guy. She didn't know what to do with the information, and it wasn't that valuable to her. But for him as a guy, he was being vulnerable. He was opening up, but he was also oversharing. So guess what? Say again, I don't know this guy, but what if I did know him?
Well, what is he oversharing though? Cause he could have just kind of been, trying to give her a little backdrop of where he come from.
That's oversharing on the first date. It was no, I'm sorry. It wasn't even the first date. We were all at a bar trying to, watch the game.
In that setting, it was probably too much in that setting. But
it was the first meet.
Oh yeah, that's too much.
No, they didn't know each other. I'm talking about we all just at a bar and it's a guy and it's a girl. But you see how she came back to us and told us that. And say I meet the same guy 3 months, because I don't know who he was, we don't remember. Yeah. And then I'm looking at him like, ooh.
You the nigga.
Yes, right? Right? Yeah. So it goes with dating and everything else. You don't know what somebody can handle. But guess what? He could have been mad at her and was like, oh, all you bitches is the same. You know what I'm saying? And now he mad because she done sat up there and told all his business and so on and so forth. And it's unfair on both ends, right? But now moving into a relationship, it's the same concept, but the problem is, and see if you can feel me on this, is that now you throw expectations in there, right? So now, okay, you would have thought that I'm never going to say he should have known that was too much. I'm not going to say that. But when you get into a relationship and you're dating, now you're like, oh, you should have known that you shouldn't have said that. You should have known not to tell your parents, Yeah. But then you really got to think about that person and that dynamic.
Yeah, and I don't think in my situation, I could probably say I didn't do that. Because I got that street background.
Yeah.
So it's a code that I follow.
Right.
I'm saying? So my code may not be her code.
Right.
But at that time, I probably was just like, yeah, you fucking broke the code.
Yes, so right.
It's a wrap.
Yeah. And I mean, which is natural, right? Yeah. Because again, you would think that was common sense. We say that a lot, like how you didn't know not to tell your parents what I told you last night. But also too, it's like, bruh, I tell my parents everything. Like, what made you think that it wasn't going to be about you either, But that's not against you. It's about their relationship, though.
Maybe she should have told her mom, like, don't say shit. Like,
yes.
This is a conversation between me and you, so don't say shit.
I'm going to be honest with you. My mom is that person. You have to tell my mama that. Mama, you have, because my mama will be the first one to say and then be like, well, I didn't know it was a secret. Yeah. I didn't know. This was a minute ago. We ain't told her nothing. No, I'm just playing, mom. But I'm just saying, but that was my mama. You have to have that disclaimer. But then there's some people, like I have an auntie is the secret keeper. And I'm like that too. You know what I'm saying? But I get that from my auntie. Like my auntie will keep everybody's secrets until you have to.
She probably the person everybody go talk to.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that I'm the same way. Like, I will keep everybody's secrets. And I feel like if you feel that I've told somebody, then that's on you. Because it's not coming from me. Because I'm the type, look, I say this all the time. I mind my business because I don't want nobody in mine. You know what I mean? But it's not even about that. It's about the relationships. You know what I'm saying? I'm not telling, and especially if I was involved. So, for an example, right? Say I went, say I went on I don't know. Say I went to, this is a wild story, but I'm just giving you a good example. Say I was at the clinic with like 3 people, right? I would never tell that story, not because I'm trying to keep it a secret, but it's more of the fact that I'm not trying to tell on the other people that was with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it, and I don't care who I'm talking to. It could be like my mom, my husband, or whoever else. It's not that I'm keeping something about me. It's like I don't want the people involved because how do I want them to know that they was at the clinic with me? The clinic is wild, y'all. I could have said something like a wild party or something. Yeah. But you see, I just look, my examples be so wild because that's why. Because I'm not gonna give y'all real examples. You feel me? On this one though, you know your girl will tell her story, but on again, it's secret, so I can't even give y'all because I'm the secret keeper. You know what I mean? And then and then let me talk to we're gonna get back into it, but let me talk to the other people on the other side. Don't get mad when you find out that that person knew and didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been in that situation of man where it was just like you knew and you didn't say nothing. Like me too. I'm not like. Cause some shit it just ain't your place to say. It's not your place. Like you gotta know your position at all times. Mm-hmm. And if you were not given the okay to say, then shut the fuck up. Yes. Because you're gonna make it, you're gonna lose 2 people. Yes. Yes. You're gonna lose the person that entrusted you with the information and the person that information is about. Yes. So people, don't get. That's why your girl's a relationship coach. I mean, even when I was in corporate, I worked for the CEO, and because it was confidentiality, you know, right? Can't say anything. It's not like it. It's just, and then it's you too. You know what I'm saying? You will save yourself from being in a lot of situations that you don't have to be in. Just I would never, my saying, never miss the opportunity to shut up. I've been saying that for years. Never miss the opportunity to shut up. I had that problem with a homeboy, and that's why we ain't friends no more. See? Because he always had shit going on. And just so happened he would be with me. And because I knew everything, it's like, shit. But I'm not, at the end of the day, I had to tell her, like, look, I'm not fucking you. He is. And if he not telling you, what make you think I'm gonna tell you? Like, that's my boy. I knew him before I knew you. Right. My loyalty is to him. Right. Not you. Right. But I know you, so what I know is what I know, and I'ma just if he don't tell you, I'm not saying shit. Oh my God. And that goes back to, we always get into this social media post. Y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to try to start in my next episodes. I'm going to find a way to bring in a social media clip because that was another big one that went viral. It was the question of, you know, one guy asked, you know, if for your same situation, do we tell the girl or whatever, or do we not say nothing? No, it wasn't that. He was asking his homeboy, do he check his homeboy? Yeah, you saw that one. That's where it start, right? Like if I mean, I'm gonna just say, like, if my best friend was married, right? Okay. And he was fucking around on what I would consider now, like, you my sis. Right, yes, that's what the clip was about. Brother. Right, that's my brother for sure. You my sis now, so right. I accept you into the family. So now it's like, look, nigga, I know what the fuck you doing. And you around me, and if she think that you doing this shit, she gonna think I know. So now when I come around, it's gonna put me in a comfortable situation, in an uncomfortable situation. Right. So it's like, look, like, nigga, get your nigga, either do right.
and get your shit, tighten your shit up, or
do right,
just stop it all together,
or stop it.
Because you're gonna put me in a situation I don't want to be in.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I would say something. See? I mean, we got that kind of relationship to where, nigga, if he see I'm wrong on some shit, he could call me out, and I do the same. Like, so,
yeah,
that's where it starts.
Like, it was so much controversy and comments around that. I mean, you had guys like, "Hold on, that's gonna make me think you want to f my woman," or like, "Nah, I ain't gonna say nothing."
That's just either an insecure nigga that thinks some shit like that, right? You fucking with niggas that you can't trust. Yeah. Because I ain't never thought my best friend was trying to fuck with no girl I was fucking with.
Listen.
Me and him was meeting girls at the same fucking time.
I say this all the time. There is nothing attractive about none of my friends' current, exes, presents, futures, or nothing. Right. I don't care. Like, there's nothing attractive about them to me. And they could be great people. Yeah. All great, but you would never. Like, nothing would ever.
And then for me, my thing was always like, look, you know, I know this my nigga, right? I know what kind of shit he be doing. I know what kind of shit I be doing. Right. And if you was doing that kind of shit with him, I definitely don't want to fuck with you because I already know.
Yeah.
No, like, I'm good.
You already know, right?
I'm good.
So that, oh my God, we always bringing it back because here we go with pillow talking. All right. So I think it's the same concept, but we just name it different things, right? Because it's pillow talking when it's with your girl, but when it's boys, it's locker room talk, right? Or barbershop talk.
Nah, man,
is it not the same thing?
Nah, man, I don't know, dude. Because I don't talk about certain shit in the barbershop. Really? Yeah. Okay. If I walk in there and niggas talking about sports, I'll talk about the sports shit. Okay, wait. But if they get into some personal shit about some nigga talking about his marriage, like, nigga, that ain't my place to say nothing. Because that's your marriage. Let me go back, though, because this just brought me back. I forgot what it was. It wasn't on the episode or something. I think I was just randomly asking my brothers and my uncles because I asked another guy or something or some other guys, like, wait, y'all don't talk about us in the barbershop? Nah, we don't think about y'all. We talk about, if anything. Yes, I remember this being the answer. This was probably like a year ago, and I was shooketh, y'all. I was surprised. We be here talking about cars. They don't talk about sports. We probably talk about some. Like if we went to the club the night before, we might talk about some shit that happened at the club the night before. But we ain't. That ain't the place to bring your relationships up. They don't talk about it. That's like free space. We think that y'all in there like, oh my God, this girl is truthful. What should I do? Shit, that's my damn nigga. That's 40 minutes away from wifey. I'm about to enjoy this 40 minutes. Y'all hear me? Y'all like, man. I'm shook at y'all because we think because in the beauty shop, oh my God. At the end of my cut, she'll probably be like, were you almost done? Like, yeah, I'm just sitting here shooting the shit. Like, I'll be done in a minute. I'll hit you when I'm leaving. But nah, I ain't. That's crazy. So it's not equivalent to pillow talk. Y'all see, I'm still trying to dissect pillow talk, y'all. So I think that we got it. I mean, we've been through a couple scenarios. At the end of the day, pillow talking is talking to your partner about your intimate, vulnerable detail on your comfort level, on or at your comfort level. Because that it should just be between y'all. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what nobody else uses it for, but when I use it, it's just let a person tap into a different side of me. That's all. That's good, y'all. Yeah. I like this definition. Let's take this. They're keepsakes. Remember, that's what DaRon said. They're keepsakes between you and your partner. That is just for you guys. But we also said that before you start tapping into the pillow talk, before you lay your head on that pillow, see if your partner can handle that. Right. Because that is when it turns into. Sure, you could trust they ass enough to tell us some shit you ain't told nobody else. Write that down, y'all. Make sure, right? We're gonna make sure
Because that's where the whole stigma and the issue is, to where men, and I'm saying men specifically, feel like they cannot talk to the woman and be open and vulnerable because the information is always leaked. Let's say that, y'all. The information is always leaked.
Y'all worse than TMZ.
Yes. And again, ladies, listen. We're going to be 100 because DaRon even said it. Or just make sure that the person that you are telling is as trustworthy, and tell them to make sure that it doesn't leak. All right? Because, like I said, sometimes it can be heavy. It can be a lot, and you might need some other insight. Like, for an example, if you still have your grandmother's present, that might have some wisdom, or your mom, or just your mom, or anyone, or that old aunt that might have wisdom. You might do want to go to them and ask them, like, "Oh, Granny, how did you know what I'm saying?" But again, it's all about intentions, right? It's not to hurt the other person, and to make sure that it is because you need some insight, not just because you want to gossip. And then make sure it don't get back to your boy. A good old Sunday dinner.
I'm gonna dump you.
Cause he gonna dump you. All right. Now, seriously, y'all, because again, the vulnerability is very important. Everybody, and let's stop saying we don't need each other. Because we do.
I never say shit like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
So let's stop, the ones that are saying that, let's stop it, because we all need each other in some type of capacity.
I think a lot of people that say, I don't need a man for this and I don't need a man for that, I just think they don't really understand their purpose from a biblical standpoint. Because when and I talk to, and I know I always do this, right? But I talk to my daughters about position, a man's position,
okay,
a woman's position from a standpoint, and then I always try to tell them how over the years when I read the Bible, when I would go through certain passages of the Bible, I would never see a lot about a woman's role or her position and firmness, right? So I would it would always make me question, like, why doesn't the Bible speak about a woman as much as it speaks about the different men and things like that? So I will always tell my daughters, like, man, just like understand your purpose first before you try to place yourself into a man's life, right? Because I said once you try to do that, that role and that responsibility is gonna change. Okay, so hold on, because I gotta talk to the people. I gotta let the people know first. Hold on, because your girl. Y'all know your girl say that I only speak about what I know, and if I don't know, I'm not gonna say what I don't know until I do my research. So I am gonna say your girl, she knows her Bible, but she not. I'm not a Bible thumper, and I don't know it word for word. I do know my scriptures, but I say that before I get back into this here. I can say for myself, and I'm not sure if this is a gender thing, but the ones that are drilled in my head, the biblical stories, are the one about the women. I mean, I'm not saying I don't know rules. Is it the most common ones?
Of course, yes. Okay. But I say that to say those are the ones that are highlighted, which are common. And I will say the ones that I know about the men are the barbaric ones. You know what I mean? About their position. So again, we're not, I wasn't prepared for this biblical stuff. I usually will be prepared for it, and I'm okay with challenging this. But I'm gonna say from what I know from right now is that the stories that I know, and yes, common or not, the women are the ones that had to be chosen, the ones that were down and poor. And of course, this is my Medea version of the Bible right now, until that man decided to come get her and make her whatever it was. And then, but not saying, and then the ones barbaric, the ones where the men were sacrificing and suffering, those are the stories that I know. I even preached on Joseph when I was in the 8th grade. If we still had camcorders, I would have that video. So again, not saying, not going against what you're saying, but I am just highlighting that for me, it may be, you know, environment, raised, or whatever the case may be. Maybe that is why I am the way that I am, because I consider myself to be a helpmate. You know, and people only biblically know what that word is. I'm not saying people, but that is the bit, right? You see what I'm saying? So I can sit up there and say for myself that I guess I don't know if maybe those are the stories that were drilled in my head because I am a woman.
So is it safe to say that the word we use now, which is teamwork, is helpmate?
No.
No, it's not safe to say that.
No, because helpmate, from what I understand and where I take it, only pertains to the woman. She is the helpmate. That is her position. Like you said, it's to be the helpmate. But when you bring in the teamwork, that's like both of them coming together. So you have to be a helpmate, but he also has to be something too in order to be a teamwork. So what would you? That's what I was trying to figure out. What would his equivalent be to the helpmate?
So would
this is going off topic,
so maybe okay. So let's say that maybe a helpmate would be more suitable for a man that's like up in that billionaire column or something like that, right? No, not necessarily.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And this is a premature thought right now, because it has been said for decades now that the more money you have, and I'm breaking this down into the Ebonics way. The more money you have, the more you're allowed to cheat. I know that's not the quote, but have you heard that where they say that, oh, I mean, he's allowed to cheat because he has the money, and you wouldn't take the same thing from a broke guy. It's one whole sentence. I just broke that down.
It's definitely out there.
So,
but that don't make it right though.
No, absolutely not. So that's why I don't think it would be equivalent.
We need to stop.
Yes.
Referring to money as power, because it's not. It's not.
Oh, there are some. Oh my God! This always. Shit. I love it. Hold on, wait. Let me bring this up real quick because you just said that. I just read, and I don't know. Oh my God, where's my phone? Because I screen. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, because this was so good. I usually don't be getting up, y'all. This was so good. I screenshotted it. Nick Cannon. I just saw this because I wanted to do a whole episode, but since you brought it up, I'm gonna bring it up right here. I screenshotted it. It said, after watching a Nick Cannon interview, Insecurities Have No Tax Bracket, he basically said that Mariah Carey was everything to him, loved him properly, paid off his debt, put him in a position to win, cherished him, stood by his side through his lupus hospitalization, and missed out on millions of it, but it wasn't enough because she was more successful than him. Yeah, he said her owning islands and the love she received from others. He grew insecure with his own identity because of her success, and he was was battling his ego. He didn't want to be Mr. Mariah Carey.
Man, fuck that shadow. Shit, nigga.
So
create your own legacy, or create your own world within that world.
Yes,
that's what it's about.
That goes back to what you just said on how money does not equal power at all.
If I was like, I'm not saying I'm not well off, but if I was well off, like, and I had like millions and billions just sitting around, and I had a woman and she came into my life, right? I would give her some funds to go and do something that she was passionate about doing. Like, go do this and create your own brand, your own name, or whatever it is that you feel that's what you want to do. And I'm gonna back you. I'm gonna support you on that. Right? You support me and helping me make all this money. I'm gonna support you in helping you make whatever it is you need to make within your own world or space that you in.
Right.
Because it's only right.
And I think that's what they was always saying. And I hate using celebrity examples, but people love the celebrities. Yeah. But that's what they were saying. Gucci Mane deal with Keisha Kador.
Yeah, she made that nigga a lot of money while he was locked up.
That's what
and
they
he
say.
had shit to come home to.
That's what they say. That's what
and
they
he's
say.
still with her.
But that goes back to knowing your partner,
right,
and taking the time to know if they are doing it. Listen, a lot of people make decisions based on how they think they want that person to operate, right? And sometimes it'll be out of obligation or remorse. Yeah, right?
I used to do that.
Dare I say, family members, baby mama, baby daddies, or whatever, you feel like you have to do it for this person because you have a child with them, even though that person is messed up. Yeah. Same thing with parents. We were talking about mamas on the other episode, but even we always we say this a lot because I talk about childhood trauma a lot. But when it comes to men and their mothers, right? Their mothers could be messed up, messing up their entire life on drugs or crackhead. I even watched a movie about it the other day. And the boys will love their mothers and yearn for that no matter what it is. And they will they will give them money, knowing they're a crackhead, about to throw it out, like all of that, right? Yeah. But it's about knowing the person that you're dealing with and understanding that. And if you are not going to do that, right, put yourself in a position where it's not a loss for you. You see what I'm saying? To where, because I think again, so let's circle it back to the whole vulnerability and everything. When you have something to lose, you might lose it.
But yeah, I don't know, because I don't know.
Come on now, let's talk about it. What you mean?
Again, if I was in position, right, to invest in my woman, okay, what am I losing? It's my investment into you.
If you invest in the wrong woman.
Yeah, and then it's still come out my pocket, right? Right. And if I give it to you, yes, and you fuck it off, right, that's on you. Right. Now all that lets me know is, but hold on, that I can't do it a second time.
Right. So, but my question is, where does that put you? Are you okay, or are you?
Yeah, like I said, so I'm not gonna invest myself into a person where it's gonna put me in a hole.
So that's what I'm talking about. That's the difference, though.
Is that if I'm invested in you, yeah, I'm gonna get behind you and I'm gonna support this so I can see the investment through. Because all it's gonna do is make your capital plus my capital grow.
Right. But I am talking about on the side where these people give their last and their all to these people because they didn't know that this person can handle it. And then at the end, they're like, I gave them my all and now I'm left with nothing. So now we're talking about Gucci, who gave it and he came home to something. But what about those women who couldn't wait? It was a 10-year bid, baby girl couldn't even wait 2 years.
You gotta know your woman, man, or you gotta know your man.
Circling it back. Yeah. You see, we circling it back. And that also goes back to what, like DaRon said before, always wanting, what you say, pushing the climb. What you call it, pushing the time? We're rushing into stuff.
Yo, punching that time
punching
clock.
the time clock. That's what he said. Everybody punching the time clock because I mentioned before, I will date for years. People are so like, he got 2 years to propose. He better know by this.
Somebody waiting on me for 2 years to get married. It ain't gonna happen.
Take your time because you don't even know yourself, which again is why your girl here is a relationship coach. Because some people don't even know themselves. And like DaRon said, and go ahead and say after this, is that you changing all the time. And you have to be with somebody that is okay with your change. Yeah. And can deal with your change. And you can deal with theirs. Hold on, let me say that everybody stop acting like you're easy to deal with. I had to be checked on that. Look, y'all know your girl. Hold on. Let me get, because I gotta always be honest with you.
Real quick. Shit on that.
Y'all know your girl. If I coach self-discovery, it's because your girl been through it with it, okay? So look, y'all know I am all about being real with y'all, okay? Now listen. I had to be checked a long time ago. Somebody was like, you know, you're not really easy to deal with. I'm like, who, me? What? I am the easiest person to deal with. And I didn't just hear that from a guy. I heard that from my best friend, y'all. Like, my best friend had to tell me, like, you know, woo, you're not the best friend that you. I was like, what do you mean? Because I think that I'm walking around here. Let me get back to the guest here, because so I say that to say seriously, like everybody's not easy to deal with. I know that I can be a hoot. I can be a mess. And I think I said this before to a guy that I used to date and we're still cool now, is that I always thought that like I was like, oh my God, so likable. Like, oh my God, I'm so easy. Like, oh my goodness. And it's just like, yeah, like, and I would say, oh, I hate the saying, going back to the sayings, like, oh, I need somebody that can handle me. But it's not in a sense to where I think that I'm like here. So that's why I don't even use the phrase. But someone has to understand, right? Somebody has to understand and have the capacity to deal, and the emotion. Y'all love this word. The emotional intelligence. And I roll my eyes to emotional intelligence because I love emotional intelligence. But again, everybody don't understand it and everybody don't have it.
But
go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
think
I love it.
I think emotional awareness, right, is something that is developed between you and that person.
Emotional
You cannot expect a person to understand your emotional where you're at emotionally until you're involved well enough to know, like, okay, and that comes with time. That comes with time. That comes with a little observation, paying attention to your emotional moods, when you having those moods, when you in that space, how to navigate you through that space. That comes with time. Like, you never gonna catch that shit in the beginning. Like, you could be like, damn, like, she kind of emotional. Now I gotta ask questions. Where is this coming from? Where is this coming from? And you know, when we get to this particular thing, you get really emotional. Where is this coming from? Now you got to give me some backstory as to letting me know where this is coming from. That makes me more aware. Now, when you in that space, I know how to approach it. But I love that. Oh my God. I can't handle an emotional space that I'm unfamiliar with. Right. Make me familiar so I know how to handle it. And y'all know what that is. That's emotional intelligence. That's exactly what emotional intelligence. So people think that emotional intelligence, and this is why I roll my eyes, is about your emotions, checking your emotions. Emotional intelligence has nothing to do with you. Let's say that again. Emotional intelligence has nothing to do with you. It is about how you handle other people's emotions and how you are aware of their space, because you can't use the same level of intelligence with everybody. Right. You know? And so where people fall short in that is that A, they make it about them. All the time. They make it about them, and then they react to that. Right. That is where people do that. And so again, it's going back to when you say you have to have somebody that can handle me. It's not about that, like, oh, I'm too much. It's really like you are self-aware that, like you said, and that's going back to where we were like, oh, now the word is trigger. But it is about something that can set you off. That was the other one. Like, what set you off? Like, set you off. But also know how to manage it. That's another word, y'all. Managing that as well. And even if you want to, it's about like, even if you even want to, because some people just don't even have the interest. Yeah, I ain't in the department to even to being a manager. If I gotta manage some shit, I'm good. And then there might be somebody else that is in that business, you know. But I just think the bottom line that I always try to drill with somebody is stop being and this is a surface level word, but stop being mad at everybody just because they not on your program. And stop taking that out on everybody that comes after that.
I think that's the other big thing. Yeah. And I want to talk about that. We all off script. I don't even know why I said I'm off. But
go wherever you want to
oh
go
my
with the
goodness,
script.
now look, because we almost at another hour here, and
Hey, like I said,
I'm going to go in episode 3.
if we gotta do a part 3, we can. But you know, it's up to you.
Because all right, let me see if I can start this here, and then maybe we could go into the part 3 of that. I have always been the one to, and again, this is why, look, I am not just here just because this is a fad. And I've been a relationship coach since 2016, right? But it's also because I myself have went through the self-discovery and my own experiences before I got the credentials and what I needed. Because it has to be passion behind it and you have to know what you're talking about. And so for me, I seriously had to sit back and understand that everyone operates on a different wavelength.
Right.
But you can find the people that operate on yours, right? Through experience and through time and interest. That's a big thing. Like we said before, everybody ain't into everybody, right? And I use this example. Say there's 4 lines, right? Follow me on this one. There's the good line, the bad line, and the good line. Well, if you tell people like, oh, just go meet up with somebody. Well, naturally, they gonna meet up, right? And then they gonna meet up. Why? Because they're closest to each other. And this person didn't want to do the work to go over here and come way over here
to the far line.
You see what I'm saying?
That line, because these niggas.
Exactly. But because it was close, he like, come here, let me just, you know what I'm saying? You right there.
And it's crazy you say that, right? Because as in all of my years of dating, I've probably dated one woman that lived close to me. Everybody else I met, they live far out. So it was like if I was willing to drive an hour and a half to fuck with you, I'm really that's a commitment that I'm making, and I'm showing you that I'm driving this hour to spend this time with you. You know what I'm saying? Versus like I could have just fucked with old girl that stayed 10 minutes up the street.
Right. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, I get it.
People go for the convenience. Yeah. And then what happens? You get, like you said, complacent in that convenience. Yeah. You don't even want to go that far no more because now you think that's too much work. How many times y'all done sat up there and be like, oh, after this, I ain't going to be in no relationship because that's too much work. That's too much work. Yeah. Because now it came too easy for you.
Yeah, I stopped talking to somebody, man, and I lived in Huntington Beach at the time. And she lived in LA. And I could not get this motherfucker to drive to Huntington Beach. And I told her just come out here like one time. Let me show you around and shit. Come hang out. And she wouldn't drive. I started talking to her. Cause I was like, damn, man, like, I'm willing to come to you, but I can't get you to come to me. Right. That was a problem for me. Yes. Yeah. I felt like I did feel like I'm overworked in this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. Again, if y'all from California, LA, wherever it is, and if y'all travel,
it's 30 minutes with no traffic.
Yes, but what they say, it be that meme going around, like if somebody come pick you up from LAX, you know they like you. Like, it's about effort. At the end of the day, all examples aside, it is about effort. And that's with anything. Like, we're going to close it out on this note right here. But it's the same thing when it comes to, I'm going to start this, and it's a whole nother one. Sex, right? It's about sex. I tell this story. Well, I don't even know if I tell this story, if I ever told it. But, hey, it's going to be an exclusive right here. But I say that to say, I would say when I knew that my relationship was over is when I would use my excuses of my hair being done.
To not have
sex, right? Or being tired. Y'all hear that, being tired of all of that, right? And I'm not saying, hold on, I'm not saying, ladies, because this is a whole nother episode. I ain't saying we don't be tired, fellas. I'm not saying that, oh, just because a woman is tired, she's not interested in you. What I am saying is I consistently use these as reasons to not have sex. It had nothing to do with it being good or not. I was not interested.
Just trying to break that connection. That
but
attachment.
had it had been another guy, hair would sweat out. Like the Dream got a whole song about it. Like sweat it out, sweat it out, sweat. I'll be like, I just got my hair done, but that's okay. You see, but going back to traveling, taking the time out, being it like it's about the level of interest, y'all. Like, and we could talk about that all day, but we gonna close this one out. Not without my Keepsake Quickfire, because I done came up with a whole nother set. Let me see. Let me think of some. Oh, the one thing I want my partner to know but find hard to say is.
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I would say I always want to let a person know I care about them when we get to a certain level, and I kind of refrain from letting them know if there's a certain level of love there. I'll hold that, and they'll be like, "Well, you don't love me," and I'll be like, I'll always end up having to say like, "I'm not in love with you, but I got a lot of love for you."
You keep bringing up a whole nother topic because what that. Yeah. Oh, we got. Oh my gosh. Quick fire. Quick fire, because that is good. Pick a song that reminds you of a time where you felt deeply for somebody. I love songs.
Man, a song. Mm-hmm. Man, I gotta go with Femininity by Eric Benet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one. Yeah. That is a good one. Oh my gosh. Okay, yep, because we gonna start a whole nother segment. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just let DaRon give his last moments on what he think pillow talking should be and what it is not. Start with what it is not and what it should be. Your last thoughts.
What it is not.
What it is not.
Shit, it's not for the masses, for sure.
Not for the masses.
And what it should be used for is just to, like I said earlier, just let your spouse be able to tap into a deeper side of you, so they can get a better understanding of maybe your background and where you come from and what made you be the person that they fell for. Like we all got like a lot of secrets and little doors and dressers that we gotta open that got notes and things in them, and it's like it takes a certain kind of person to tap into that. And then I feel like if you are able to share it with that person, and it was for that person. It should stay between you and that person. Some shit don't leave the room. That's
good. Oh my goodness, y'all. I appreciate. Oh, let me see. I'm gonna just go ahead. Let's get our last.
I'm tapped out, but I'm doing invisible toast.
Look. I appreciate this. We can do this, y'all. Y'all stay tuned, all right? But I'm gonna give y'all my last thoughts on pillow talking. I'm gonna say yes. Wait, baby steps. Y'all know y'all want to use baby steps and everything else. Baby steps with oversharing too. But also, you have to know yourself. Ask for discernment. I pray for discernment all the time. I tell my daughter to pray for discernment. Know within yourself if you are comfortable with telling that person something, right? And then, like I said, start off with telling them a little bit. Like, for an example, I said this at my mixer before. If you want to tell them if there's if your parents died in a car crash, I'm sorry, some of my examples again be all off. But if your parents died in a car crash, just start off with saying, my parents passed away when I was young.
Leave it there.
Stop it right there, right? You know what I'm saying? See how they take that, see how they handle that. And then later on, it don't even have to be in that same discussion. It could be a week later, a month later, something else happens. Be like, yeah, my parents, they passed away in a car accident. It was like September 8th, 19.
Right.
Stop there, you know what I mean?
Like
see what they do with that.
19 what?
You feel me? You know what I mean? See what they do with that. And like my boy DaRon said, see if it get to the masses first. If somebody come to you at Sunday dinner and be like, oh my gosh, your parents died.
You know that nigga talking.
Right. Right. So that's my keepsake, y'all. We could talk about that more and more, but take that one, write that down. If you have any questions, comments, type in the chat. I always see it. DaRon, I'm gonna tell him, he gonna see him too. And we gonna comment all through, y'all. But you know what it is. This was a safe space. Keepsake Corner. Come back with your girl.
So we'll do it.